Like, it was funny, and had like cameos of famous people in it. It was like a really great movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but it will be out in time for Valentine's Day. Um, and then restaurants, a little bit more fun. The Yard, BRGR, Burgatory. Gotta go Parmani's. If you're in the waterfront area, Rock Bottom Brewing is really a lot of fun to go to for a Valentine's Day date. And then if you're in Cranberry area, Bacon is open in Warrendale. So I highly
Bacon?
recommend Bacon. So
Please tell me it's all about bacon.
it is.
Oh my God.
So this restaurant, it started in Carnegie. He started out, he was widely popular, like first few years. He's still widely popular. It's like an hour wait to get in there on the weekends, like crazy. He opened a secondary spot in Bridgeville called Mac and Toes, which was mac and cheese, like concentrated. And then that actually closed, but he opened a second bacon location in Warrendale across from the Lexus dealership as you're going up 19. They built all those new restaurants there. There's like a House of a Thousand Beers and him, and there's something else in there too. Um, but literally the entire restaurant is bacon. So they have like bacon martinis. They have a grilled cheese platter where they have four different types of grilled cheese, and they all have like a different type of bacon. They have a bacon platter, which each bacon is prepared differently.
Oh my goodness.
So they have a chicken and waffles with a spicy bacon on it. The food is absolutely amazing.
Okay. You mentioned the movie What Men Want is reading people's minds. I'm pretty sure this dude read my mind and said, what is everything Joe wants in a restaurant as far as food? Let's just put it all in one place. Oh my God.
Yes, it's pretty amazing. And their desserts are absolutely outrageous. It's a lot of fun. They have this really cool thing called they have these really cool like piggy mugs that if you drink 10 of the Whistling Pig mug or the Whistling Pig drink, you get to keep this mug, and the mug is actually shaped like a pig.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's really, really, really neato. So you have to have a punch card, and then after you drink 10 of these drinks, you get the mug for free. So it's a lot of fun. Like it's a very relaxed kind of atmosphere. The kitchen's open, so you can literally, and there's like bar stools along the kitchen, so you can literally watch them cook and everything. But there's a full size bar there. There's TVs everywhere, so if whatever sports is on that you want to watch or whatever's on, you can totally watch it. I think we went one night during like Monday Night Football and just sat there and watched Monday Night Football, and we had a lot of fun. So that's also, like I said, in Carnegie also. So if you're in South Hills area, he has two locations.
So I was at Mac and Toes like one of the final days. It makes a lot of sense now because when we went, it was like sometime in the summer, and I think they were giving away all their beer or something like that. It's like
that is exactly when they were closing.
Yeah. So that totally makes sense now. Why they were, it was like, why are they just giving away? There's like okay, now it makes sense. That's what you do.
I ate there when it very first opened, like the first week. They invited a bunch of us out, and I went, and it was delicious and good. And I don't know if it just didn't keep up the concept. Plus, they didn't have a lot of seating, so it was very hard to kind of just go in there and like eat. It was very bar focused.
Right.
The food was an afterthought.
Yeah.
And it honestly, in that strip of area, the Crafty Jackalope attracts way more clientele.
Oh. Okay.
Like out of all the bars and stuff in that area, nobody can really hang because Crafty is like where everybody goes. But I digress. Like bacon's amazing. If you get up in the Cranberry area or in the Carnegie area, it's very delicious. A lot of fun. But like I said too, you got like Rock Bottom Brewing out in the waterfront. Gotta love a brewery for a date. You can always go Permane Brothers. They did make a Permane Brothers out in the waterfront and in Cranberry now. So And another
They're everywhere.
Yeah, and Cranberry too. If you happen to be up in Cranberry go to the movies up there, double wide. The double wide grill up
Yeah.
there, absolutely amazing. Um,
Huge menu.
Huge. And
There's so many options.
and the build out there is so kind of cool. Like they have like a trailer that sticks out the side of the building that you can actually sit inside of it. And they have this big like covered deck that like you can literally just sit out on it for like hours. And they do trivia nights and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun.
Oh God, I love trivia nights.
Yes, we went on a Harry Potter trivia night. It was a lot of fun.
Oh.
I kept cheating for the table next to me because we weren't competing. We were just out there kind of having dinner, and I knew like most of the answers, so I started to like write them on napkins and like throw them at the table next to me, so they would win. So it was really kind of funny because they would get these like stumped looks, and they were like all whispering and stuff, and then all of a sudden like I'd hurl over a napkin with the answer on it. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast. So number 4 is I aptly named this liquor and beer. So some of the local breweries and stuff are hopping on the Valentine's Day bandwagon to do like beer dinners. And like so there's 3 that came up when I searched for this. Valentine's Day couples cocktail night and chocolate pairing. This is actually at the Wiggle Whiskey Tasting Room in the Omni William Penn. And then the 2nd annual Valentine's Day beer pairing dinner at Cinderlands in Lawrenceville. And then Valentine's Day bourbon barrel aged cider release is at Threadbare Cider. These are all on actually Valentine's Day night. So
what's a beer dinner?
So it's a beer pairing dinner. So they have a select menu, and then they pair one of their beers with each course that they give you.
Ah.
So by the end of it, you could have 4 or 5 of their beers in you. So that would be an Uber or Lyft home kind of situation.
Oh, totally.
But they have really great food. If you've ever been to Cinderlands, have you ever been to Cinderlands yet?
No, never heard of it.
So Cinderlands is in Lawrenceville. I'm Butler. They actually have their 2nd location will be open next year. Is the old Spaghetti Warehouse.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they bought the Spaghetti Warehouse first, and they were all set to start to do the demo when the spot in Lawrenceville opened, and a buddy told them about it, and they went into Lawrenceville first, and so they actually had both locations. They're going to keep both locations, but then they started the build out of the Spaghetti Warehouse, turning into that. So kind of like they have a very interesting story to where they really weren't going to be open until this year. But then they were like, oh, we have another little location that we can open in the meantime. So they have amazing food. They have a chicken sandwich that is to die for. It's like buttermilk chicken with pickles on top and this like honey egg bun. It's really delicious. And it's like soft. Their beer is really, really great too. Kind of moderately priced, so it won't break the bank, but you're not walking out of there under $50 for 2 of you. It's really nice, but I guess they're going to do a beer pairing dinner for Valentine's Day. So, cool. Number 3 is romantic dinner and a show. So this is where you get a little bit pricier. The Cultural Trust has a magic show that night, Liberty Magic. So if you like, I don't know if you've heard about this, but they're doing these 3 magicians. They'll be all in the same location on Liberty Avenue, which is the old Arcade Comedy Theater. And they'll be selling tickets the entire month of February, and you can go see a magic show.
So the Arcade Comedy Theater isn't there anymore.
It moved across the street.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's been across the street for it's been across the street. That was a Nickelodeon during last Christmas, and then it's literally been nothing. Like this year, I think they did something else with it for
Okay.
Christmas season, but other than that, it's been like nothing. The Cultural Trust, I think, owns that building. So they're putting this magic show in there. So like we're straight like Harry Houdini style magic will be going on
Wow.
there. If you were lucky enough, the Jeff Goldblum show is still at the Carnegie Music Hall. They added two shows, or they added a show, so two shows at the Carnegie Music Hall. So Jeff Goldblum and his jazz band will be playing. I will tell you, I went on the site and clicked for 2 tickets, and they don't exist. You can buy 1 ticket. So now there's like, those random 1 seats still open.
Right.
So good luck to you if you got that show. And The Tempest is playing at Pittsburgh Public Theater. So if you want a little bit of Shakespeare, The Tempest was playing. But this is cool because the woman who's playing the lead is the woman from Law and Order SVU, the doctor.
Oh.
So, yeah. So we actually have somebody pretty famous playing this role. And it's a great Shakespearean play. They're going to do it in a little bit of a twisty fashion to where they go to the island where there's like fairies and nymphs and this whole bit. But it's more of a feverish dream from her being sick instead of it being like out of rage, which is what the original story is. So it's a little bit different, but tickets are really inexpensive. When you go to Pittsburgh Public Theater, tickets usually only start at like $35.
Right.
So if you want if you're with somebody who loves the theater, I highly recommend Pittsburgh Public Theater. It's kind of inexpensive, and it's a nice theater. It's laid out nicely. You have a lot of fun. Dinner though, if you want to get a little pricey for dinner, we've got the great steakhouses. Eddie Merlot and Hyde Park are the 2 I recommend. I feel like the other ones have been around way too long and they're set in their ways. But I truly enjoy Eddie Merlot's and Hyde Park. So if you want that traditional like steakhouse dinner, those are the 2 I recommend. I will tell you that it leaves some time because the typical Eddie Merlot's dinner is like an hour and a half long.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's like course after course after course, and they let you finish a course before they bring the next course. Like it's not a rushed situation at all. The Carlton I've never been to, but their wine list is huge, so I highly recommend the Carlton. Floor 2 is also very good. And Cioppino's in the Strip District, I highly recommend also, which they've just got a makeover. So they're very good.
Is that the cigar bar?
It is.
Okay.
In which at some points you think like, oh, that's kind of weird, but the restaurant end is gorgeous and the food is really delicious. And if you are a lady and you have a gentleman who smokes cigars, honestly, the room is well ventilated that it doesn't annoy you.
Okay, so I thought I heard the cigar smoking was like separate from the.
It is.
Oh, okay.
It is. It's behind a closed door. There's a separate bar in there. You literally have to like go through, and there's like a vent that sucks up the air as soon as you open the door. So like you literally like walk through the door and you feel this burst of air like pull you upwards, and it's literally like the fan like suctioning up the smoke so it doesn't go into the restaurant area. But literally I've had a blast in there. We've had dinner and then gone in there and had like another glass of wine. I let the gentleman have a cigar. The Pens game has been on, and like there has been certain nights that the Penguin coaches have been in there too watching the Pens game, or like whatever else is on, hockey or whatever,
Oh wow.
So I mean it's very nice. It's very relaxed, but it's very fancy. It's very nice. I like it in there a lot. So highly recommend that. Floor 2, another thing too, like I said, all 5 of these restaurants take a time, so do accordingly. If you like have the theater tickets, make sure that you make your dinner reservation for a little bit earlier in the night. So because they're all, like I said, 1 hour, 1.5 to like 2 hours long. I think the last Hyde Park